Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and of course, welcome back to another episode of Blitz Village. Today, we are going to be continuing our heavy-duty work on, of course, our food center, aka our supermarket, aka our grocery store. I don't know why I said grocery. Grocery store, of course. So, as you can see, I've done quite a bit of work. I've done all the floors all over the place, which took an extraordinary amount of time. I did work on all these little pathways between the little houses and stuff, so that you could go ahead and actually, make your way from here to the police station if you chose to do so, or for example to the weapons shop right here, or if you chose to, let's say, stroll on along. I should probably put those right there. You could stroll on along and, of course, make your way right here to the bank or anything like that. So, basically, a lot of kind of nifty side work. I did some work on the front here as well. Sorry, on this entrance right here. As you can see, I put a little bit of glass, some nice torches for a little bit of design, and I put that big food logo on the inside as well. So so far so good. Still have to finish up the rest of the ceiling. I've got some of it done, as you can see, and majority of the walls done as well. So we're definitely gonna make this into a 3 episode series to complete the whole place. But again, it's a ginormous piece of land, and there's quite a bit to cover. But first off, let's go ahead and discuss some of your awesome submissions that you guys have sent in to, of course, be showcased today. And of course, if you're interested in seeing your awesome Minecraft creation being showcased, then of course go on to Twitter, then search for Blitzwinger, and of course then send me your images. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's get rolling. So first off, another submission from Joshua, who actually in the last submission, if you remember, he built that awesome chicken, the robot chicken that had chicken inside it. Well, he also sent in an egg, which I had to showcase it because it's like, okay, it's kind of that whole old line about what came first, the chicken or the egg. I guess in our case, the chicken came first and then came the egg. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And honestly, this kind of like sprite art and everything kind of inspired me to maybe do a statue somewhere in Blitz Village, like some maybe we'll do something like further up away and stuff like that, something like really cool looking for something that we pick. I don't know, it could be maybe the Blitzwinger bot, or it could be some other various characters from pop culture, etc. Next up after that, we've got a submission from Hakim El Rock, I think, or maybe it's Hakim El Rock. I'm not sure if it's one thing or two separate words, but nonetheless, I apologize for mispronouncing any of your names, of course, as I always do. So I am genuinely sorry, and I apologize if I end up messing it up. I'm sorry, guys. But nonetheless, he sent in a very cool kind of a modern house, and he said that it's little, but honestly, it looks like a fair-sized house, and it looks really cool. I like the sugarcane up front because it honestly kind of looks like bamboo, which is really cool. It's a really neat look, and something that I definitely want to implement for some sort of a structure in Blitz Village. So I do definitely like that design. Nicely done on your part. Next up after that, we've got Bergapor Rainison, who sent in a really awesome shield helicarrier. He's even got 2 different shots of it up front and above. So definitely take a look at that. That looks freaking awesome. That is so cool. I mean, I don't remember exactly piece for piece the helicarrier from the Avengers, but it definitely resembles it. I mean, it's got the 4 fans and everything, and definitely got a nice look to it. It's definitely a little bit flat looking at certain respects, but at the same time, I mean, it's not that easy to pull off a helicarrier, and he did a fantastic job here indeed. And then a final submission today, I went with 4 instead of the typical 3. Was a submission from Ryan Evans, who something tells me watched my series with Gamer called 2 for 1, which is of course a challenge map for Minecraft that we are working on, I should say, and definitely check that out if you're interested in a little bit of Portal action. But because he submits a really cool house with a cake all around it, which was really cool. But nonetheless, let's get to today's episode, shall we? Alrighty, so first off is we need to kind of decide on our layout, or complete layout, I guess. And now right here, what I wanted to do was, in this side of the shop here, I kind of wanted to do almost like a little spot for like if you've ever been to again, I'm not saying this because I know someone's gonna say, well, you're saying this because you're being racist. It's just that in my experience, I've only seen that in Asian supermarkets. But I do like it so much that I want to showcase it because I think it's really a cool idea, and I always love looking at that stuff. And that is basically like a water tank. If you've ever seen like those little, not little, the good sized tanks where you could walk up. I don't like the color of that wood actually. Let's try the spruce wood. Maybe that will look nice. Yeah, that's pretty nice looking. But basically what I want to do is assemble the... Goodness gracious, could I knock down everything in the process? Goodness gracious, come on, there we go. Okay, but yeah, what I want to do is kind of have like a water tank where people could walk up and like get themselves some fresh fish or something like that. So, in order to do that, I'm thinking about this thick of a piece of land. Now, what I want to do here is actually make the water tank a little bit deeper, I think. So, I will do this, and then actually lay all the spruce wood down there. Now, I'm not sure how the clay will react to it, so just in case, I'm going to go ahead and place some wood down here as well, because I think that's a safer bet. And then, what I wanted to do was have some glass going around, like so, and probably do like 2 tanks, or we'll see. The only problem is that you need to have people being able to actually get close enough to throw their fishing rod in there. So, let me try this out. Let's test this thing out. It looks like it's becoming nighttime. Time, set, 0. Hero 0. That's like my most used command, because I used that like in the process of preparing the episode like a gajillion times. Alrighty, so where the heck are my fishing rods? Are they in the weapons stuff? No, not combat tools. There we go. Yes, it is. In fact, there. Alright, well, first we're going to need to also place some water in there, because if you don't have water, how the heck are you supposed to get anything? Okay, so there we go. We're going to fill up this little tank full of water. Looking pretty cool. I mean, I guess theoretically speaking, I could fill this up a little bit more. The only issue is... Okay, let me see. So will this work? You just walk on up. Boom. Did I get anything? How do I know if I got anything? Come on. No! Okay, careful. Whew, that scared me. That made me very, very nervous. But I think that actually works well. So yeah, you'll just walk up to the tank on this side. Then we'll have another tanker, which will be... Maybe we should make this one a little bit bigger. I think that would be a good idea. And then that way you could make it deeper. Right? Wouldn't that be a good idea? So then, what we would do is... What the heck am I doing? Okay, so something like this, right? Then we do another... Or maybe we just right away go into the glass, right? So that you could see the water more. Because that's the idea. I mean, to try to get as much water coverage as we possibly can. And in order to do that, what we need to do is dig a nice hole here. Taking away all my hard work of building these damn floors. For hours and hours and hours. But nonetheless, here we go. Now, let's see. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should put something else. Well, I think it looks okay when you just have it like this. Whoops. There we go. Hey. No. No! I want you to be top-down view. Yeah, there we go. Nope, that's not what I want. There we go. That's much better. Come on, listen to your comrades. Don't you want to look like them? I guess not, actually. You should try to be unique. Okay, so, here we go. Gonna fill this sucker up with a good amount of waters. Alright, now... Whoa, careful. Okay. So this is a much larger pool, and one that is actually a little bit more interesting looking because you can see at a more ground level, so I think that looks really cool. And we'll do the same kind of setup, I guess. What we'll do is we'll just have these little walkways, so you would walk on up, and actually, you know what we should do? I'm thinking... Let me think. Yeah, I think that'll look cool. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna grab our chests here. We're gonna place one chest here. Actually, what would be best is how many squares are in between this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that kind of stinks. Well, I guess we could just do this, right? Where are the signs? I forget. Where were those tools? We need those damn signs. Here they are. So we're going to put a sign in between this, and we're going to type in "Get Rod!" Exclamation mark. That's a very aggressive line. And then you could get fresh squid. Right? And then over on this side, whoops, wait. Knock that down. And then here you could write fresh. Did I do all caps? I think I did all caps, right? Fresh fish. Right? Alright, good stuff. And then what we do, after that, after all that work, there's still more. Whoops, come on. No, you're supposed to take... Oh, God, you can't take 64 tools, I forgot. Well, then again, we don't need 64 rods to be placed everywhere, so what we're going to do is... We're going to instead just take that many. Gonna place, let's say, 5 in here. 3 in here. Right? That works well. And there we go. So now after this, later on we'll spawn some squid in this little area, and that'll be all cool. So I think that looks cool. This will be kind of almost like a seafood area type thing. And of course, that doesn't mean like that's all that's going to be in this side. The other idea is, of course, to make aisles. That will be really, really key towards getting this right. The problem really is, I think my initial idea was to use wooden aisles, and I think that definitely would be the overall best idea, I guess. I don't know. Let's try these jungle wood planks. I kind of want to see what those look like. So, for example, if we have these like aisles running, right? Like so, for example, right? Now, my other idea that I just had before was, what if we use the bookshelves to create the impression that there's a lot of groceries, right? I mean, this could act definitely as aisles in certain regards, right? And then what you do is, in order to cover it up, in order not to make it look suspicious that why are there groceries on all the sides, you just kind of cover it up like this. And then there you go. So you get kind of an aisle like that, right? So you get some groceries here, and then you'd keep walking. You'd have a little passage here. Then maybe, I don't know, maybe you could place some groceries to be going along this way as well, right? I mean, to create the perception that there is a ton to choose from, right? I mean, it's a double-sided aisle. Bam! That actually works pretty gosh darn nice. I think that would be a good idea. I think that definitely pulls off the look that we're trying to get, which is already great. Now, what I want to do is, actually, you know what? I think the aisle should be 2 squares apart, right? So, but I do want them to be symmetrical. So, that was just an experiment there, just a quick little test to see what that would look like. But I do like the look. Now we got to figure out how do we align it. So, for example, we could have one of our aisles going right here, right? Then it goes, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 squares long. And we cut it. Well, actually, I would want it to be split off before that. So maybe right here. Right? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not bad. Then we place groceries in between. Now, of course, this is not my only idea for the groceries. I still have a couple of other concepts that I want to try out. Again, I've never tried those, so it's going to be a very experimental process for us to actually see if we can manage to pull off some of these things. But I just feel like this looks great because it kind of pulls off the look of, being well-stocked. Like, I don't know, this could be relishes or something else, whatever usually goes next to the seafood section. So I think that would look cool. And then we will build that upwards. That still kind of went too far. That's because I am a buffoon. I am a buffoon. I forgot that it was supposed to stop right here. There we go. That's much nicer. Alright, so there we go. That'll be one aisle. Then you could have another aisle running along this way, I guess. And this one could be a singular aisle, like so. And it doesn't have to be as tall of an aisle. So it could be something like this, which I think actually works pretty well, to be quite honest. Because it also kind of diversifies things to make them look a little different, right? There we go. So you could kind of again, imagine that the ceilings are really, really high, because the ceilings are going to be like here. So that's why I've even been thinking of maybe making a second level to this place, but we'll see. I just always was impressed by things like in Costco where you just look up and it's like, it just seems like the product just keeps going all the way up to the ceiling, and I always was like, holy smokes, that's crazy. I wonder how they even stock that. So I always found that to be really neat. Okay, so let's see. Then we're going to make this aisle here. Or this is going to be an aisle, I should say. Okay, now of course I gotta also keep in mind that there's a cash register not too far away from here, so kind of leave some space for that stuff. Keep that in mind. Again, this, as I said, the supermarket build, especially considering that most people, when I asked you guys on Twitter and stuff, most people said you want like a big, ginormous Costco-esque supermarket. So therefore, I mean, something like this requires, obviously, as you can see, a lot of work, a lot of moving components and parts to this, and to get it just right. So that's why there's quite a bit of work to be done. And let's see. Careful. Oh, yeah. Come on. Get on up there. Alright, so now I'm actually kind of interested in trying out something new, and that would be to try to create a separator, right? So that you could kind of see like, oh, look, that's like a completely different shelf, right, from the bottom. But at the same time, it would go on to, let's say, have stacked boxes of stuff, right? So, for example, like this is some stuff that wouldn't ruin, like, I don't know, shampoos or something. Something that doesn't have as much of an expiration date as, obviously, food. Or maybe this is canned food or something like that, right? So it creates the impression that there is tons and tons of stuff well stocked in this particular supermarket as well. Kind of course, as I said before, going off of that look that Costco typically has. I should have probably placed... Yep, that would have been a good idea. So place some more of these, like that. And then we'll see what it looks like from the bottom. Because that's really the most important look, of course. So you see that? Whoa, that looks like a face. Yay, smiley face of groceries. But again, we'll work on that too. We'll definitely stretch that one out there as well. But we got this cool little area here done up, which is cool stuff. Now, right here, of course, we said that we're going to have a sitting area. So let's finish that up and get it out of the way, because it should be relatively simple to pull that off. So let me just... I kind of want to make this almost into a little circular lounge type thing. Like so. So people could just sit, chill out, and relax. Whoops. There we go. There we go. So it's just kind of like a nice little sitting area. Then we're going to need a fence. Where my fans at, bro? Where my fans at? I whip my fans back and forth. I whip my fans back and forth. What am I talking about? Okay, so then we're going to place this just to have a little desk in the middle. Boom. Boom shakalaka. It's done. Looking pretty boss indeed. I actually want to kind of push this outwards a little more. Whoa, careful. Alright, I think that looks nicer. And then actually, because of that, we can add a nice longer table. So that's just kind of a lounging area for, you know, let's say whoever, let's say the dad or the mom is shopping, and then the other parent is with the kid, just to kind of hang out and just chill out. I always like that, like stores that kind of have like a little sitting area. I always appreciate that. So I think that it'd be nice to have that in our store too. It's really hard to decide how many torches to always place, but at the same time, if you place too little, then the place is way too dark. So it's really important to place just the right amount, honestly. But it's just difficult to decide on what the right amount really is. Let me think. I'm kind of thinking, what if I did like a little, almost, I don't know, it looks awkward, doesn't it? I was thinking like of getting like a protruding block and then kind of placing this on there, but it looks really bizarre. So I don't want to do that. So I guess we'll just place the torches up above, like so. It just looks weird. I don't know. I don't like it when it's like in the corner and I can't put another one right across, because the symmetry of it bothers me. So I think I'm supposed to place another one right there. Is that right across? That goes from here to here. Perfect. Yes, okay. So that's symmetrical looking, and that's fantastic. Now, right here, we could actually go ahead and place some carpets, so that would be nice. Actually, let's put a gray carpet, so it's something a little different, right? You could have a little lounge area here. Can I place that underneath, or no? I don't think I can. I think we've actually tested this, and we proved to ourselves that we couldn't. Then again, I'll try it again. I don't mind. Let's place that, then this, and then try to place something onto it. Nope. It looks very weird. Okay, so we're just going to place that back, put a pressure plate on it to make it look like a nice little desk. So there's our lounge area. And maybe we should... I was thinking maybe we should make the other one, the other side as well, just the lounge little area. So you just could kind of hang out. I think that might actually be a pretty decent idea. So we'll just have... Or, you know what, actually, maybe we should do this area. Whoops, I forgot to time shift 0. Maybe we should kind of make this area into... What the? Why is it so... Oh, because I'm like, why is it still so dark? I don't understand this. Maybe we should make this area into more of an individualized kind of... Like, not quite as big of a lounge, but more of a... You know, if let's say you bought something and you want to snack on it real quick... you could just kind of do that here, you know. There we go. So we'll kind of have almost like a little food court. Remember how I planned to do that, I think? So that's really the idea here, is to pull that off if we can. Let's see. Let me try to place a desk upon here. So we'll have one desk here to go along. Whoa, that's too far away. I'm like, why does it look like that desk is like protruding way, way more than it should be? So we'll place that here. This is one desk. We'll put... Actually, this desk is going to end up being smaller than the other ones. It's for 3 people, which is odd. Going to put that right there. That will go on to here. And that little desk goes next to this one. Like so. And... Well, it kind of feels weird that everybody's always looking at each other. I don't know, maybe we could have like a ridiculous table around in the middle like this, where there are just surround... Oh no, that's gonna look really weird. Really, really weird. I don't know why I did that. That's weird. It's almost like I always want people to be looking at each other and not have like an awkward position that they're in. I guess what we could do is actually... make like a little table here at the entrance and give that a nice little desk as well. Now, as far as carpets for this area, do we want to give it a carpet? And if so, what color do we go with? Do we go with black? Do we go with gray? Then again, at a food area, I don't think you want to really put carpets because it's a pain in the butt to clean a carpet. So I think that it actually looks far better this way. Okay, so I think that looks nice. Now, we of course need some torches here as well. So let's go ahead and do so. Place a couple of torches right there, so that looks nice. Kind of thinking of putting another table right there. Right? Like that. That looks really weird, because this person's like right in his face. But there we go. I think that actually looks better. Because then there's not that awkward kind of like everybody's facing everybody look. And I think that looks good, actually. So that's nice. Okay. So there we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. We are definitely slowly but surely starting to progress. We filled up this entire little spot here with our design there. We filled up this side of the store. And again, as you can see, I mean, the place is ginormous. It's about 3 times the size, maybe even 3.5 times the size of the library. It's about as big, probably even bigger than the mansion. So, I mean, there's quite a lot to be done with the place, and we obviously have to fill it up with aisles still cash registers to put in on both sides, so still plenty of work to be done. But that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode, give it a like, rating, share the video with your family and friends, and favorite the video as well. And of course, don't forget, guys, to submit your awesome suggestions for what else you would like to see built on Blitz Village. Also, on top of that, do not forget to also, of course, send in your awesome your own creations and designs for Minecraft. And some people ask me, what are the categories for it? Anything. You could send in anything. It could be a sprite art. It could be your house. Of course, if you send me like a picture of just a block, I am most likely gonna block you. I'm joking. I'm most likely not gonna showcase that because, I mean, there's nothing significant in just placing, unless if it's like a ginormous block that you built, which would look pretty ridiculous, but I'm sure someone will do it now. But nonetheless, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do all that good stuff to show support. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you later. Peace out, alligators.